Alright guys, sorry about that. My computer died, so now we're getting our stream back up and going. Um, so let me share this real quick with the group. Alright, so I thought I was done with the gold, but I actually I'm gonna hit up his boots, which are also in gold. I'm gonna grab some more water real quick. Alright, so I'm gonna grab some more water and going to add a little bit more gold. I missed the boots, so I'm gonna hit the boots up with some gold. Mix up a little bit more of the Retributor armor. We'll finish up gold and then on to um, move on to like a purple for his sleeves, dark purple. And then we'll move on to his glaive, the silver. All right, so I'm going to hit up. This is what we had done on the first part of the stream. We got to the gold on all of his armor, on the breastplate and on his legs. Now I'm going to hit up his boots and his bottom of his legs down here that I missed. All right, I got one boot done. I'm going to go to the other leg. All right, got his boots done. Just going to add a little bit up the spots I missed. right. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to. Hmm, I forgot what I want to do. What I want to do for his gloves and stuff. All right, so now we're doing gold. I'm going to wash off my paintbrush real quick. I have not found a Mirkwood Ranger Captain. Lee, that is one of the models that I'm looking for. That is one of the only last models that I'm actually for all of the Mirkwood models. So if you find one or if you know anyone that has one, hit me up. If they're willing to sell it at a decent price, I'd be happy to get it. But I do not have one of those yet. I would love to get one. I think they also look really cool. I'm just not willing to drop $150 for one, which is what they're like going for online on eBay. All right. I'm gonna see what I have now for like a dark purple, or something that's dark to put for his gloves and stuff. Like a dark red. Dark red or purple. Let's see what we got. Actually, I like that. That's not bad. A few different options here. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do. All right. Yeah, welcome back, guys. Sorry for dropping y'all out in the last stream. I my computer died and I should have checked it sooner, but I didn't. So it's a bad on me. All right, so I think what else I'm actually going to do is I'm going to paint the inner thigh here gold, and then I'm going to go back with a dry brush of silver. Um, hit the edged regions. So I'm actually going to do a little bit more of the retributor armor there. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with this Doombull brown for his gloves and stuff. I like that color, and then I'll go back with a wash. I'll do like a um, normal oil on top of that, and it'll make it darker. Just gonna paint the inner thigh here, making it pretty thin. And then I'm going to go back with a dry brush um, of silver, and that way I'll hit the highlighted regions that I'm looking for here. All right, so now what I'm going to do, you can see there I've got the inner thigh in gold now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the gloves, and I'm going to hit the inner parts of his arms with the Dumbo brown. Wash my paintbrush off real quick. So yeah, we'll get all the base coats on him tonight, and then we'll call tonight, and we will do the highlights and stuff on him, and also work on the base um, sometime this weekend. All right. I'm gonna shake up my Doombull Brown. Have you seen a Mirkwood Ranger, Captain Lee, or um, know of anyone that's selling one? How much did you pay for your Theodred, Lee? Kind of scared to ask because I hate to see it when someone buys an expensive model and then it ends up coming back in. All right, so give that a good shake. Yeah, I think yeah, I would love to get a Ranger. Maybe someday. Hmm. 27 for mounted and 40 for foot. What is that in reference to? I always hate it when you're looking for a color and you can't quite find it. But we'll go ahead and do this in Doombull Brown, and then I can always go back over it in a different color if I don't like it. Great thing about painting. If you don't like something, you can always just go back over it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna hit his gloves up. I've got his one glove done now. I'm gonna go into his um, his kind of armpit there right now. Get that. Nice thing is there's not a whole lot of clothing section, so it's just really few brushes. Get that color that you want. Okay, I see you. All right, so his gloves and everything are looking pretty good. Add another second coat real quick. Give it that color that we're looking for, at least for the moment. We'll go back over all this with washes and stuff, so that way some more texture. All right, so now that we have his gloves and his arm painted with that Doombull brown. I'll write that down because that's a change that I've made. All right, so now that we've done that, we're going to go back and do the glaive now, and we'll do the glaive with lead belcher. Go ahead and hit that up and wash our paintbrush off. We are getting close to being done with just base coating him. Oh shoot, I forgot to hit up his other glove. Missed the other glove. Grab that one real quick. Got one glove, but not the other one. In this hand, he's holding the glaive, but I don't have to be that careful here because we're going to paint over the glaive here in just a minute with brown. Okay. So we got his other glove painted now. As you can see there, I've got the rest of him is up. So now we'll do the glaive with the lead belcher. Yeah, hopefully I can find someone selling him at a reasonable price, or they'll re-release the captains again someday, and I can get one. That's the dream, at least. Be like oh, what's his name from Rogue One, the guy that says "Save the Dream," played by Forrest Whitaker. Um, I would hope they would do a supplement around the elves. They've done Minas Tirith. They're going to do Rohan next, so I'm hoping they'll do a elf supplement. That'd be really nice. This is kind of an Isengard supplement too, for the War in Rohan, because they've got a new Saruman model with a new Grima model, and I like the Palantir. I think that model looks awesome. I can't wait to get my hands on that one. All right, so I got this brush painted off. I'll grab another brush. You know what? I can just grab the one I used earlier. All right, so now that we've got that, we're going to grab some lead belcher. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be wearing my Nashville Middle Earth Strategy Battle Gaming shirt. And if y'all are ever wanting to get a shirt, you can get them at any time. They're $21, and the place that makes them is actually right by my office at Vanderbilt. At least that's one of their locations. They probably have a location close to you, Lee. But I can hook you up with the design for the shirt if you want to get a shirt. They've got about 100 different colors for their shirts, so they have a lot of different options if you want to get a shirt at some point. And that's for anyone that, not just Lee, but anyone that wants to get a shirt. It is open to anyone who wants one. We also have extra priority tokens still left over, so I'll show you what that looks like here. We had these for our last tournament. We've got these for sale still if you want one. These are metal made by Coins for Anything. We've got these for $15 if you want one. Got the prancing pony on the back side. And then we also have some extra priority tokens from the tournament before that, which was Rohan and Saruman. So if you're playing Rohan or Isengard and you don't have that priority marker, we have those for $15 as well, if you'd ever like to get one. Just a little bit of publicity there for our group. All right, so now I'm just putting the lead belcher on the glaive. Start on one end, and then I'll go to the other end. You need the Rohan. All right, Lee. Well, they are $15 if you ever want one, buddy. Be happy to hook you up with one. I think they look really sweet. See, I actually have one. Grab one real quick. I'll show you what it looks like. Since I pulled it out when I was getting stuff out of the closet. All right, buddy. You ready? You ready for this magic? All right. So this is the Rohan side. This is the Rohirrim shield on one side, and then on the other side is the Hand of Saruman. So these are great. I love how Rohan turned out. I think it looks awesome. So, but yeah, I got a bunch of these if you want one, buddy. My wife actually made those. She designed them, and then we had a company make those for us. And then everyone liked them so much that I bought more. So now I've got a whole bunch of extras. So hopefully people that didn't get them first go around will be interested when Rohan stuff comes out. I think they turned out great. Sweet. Yeah, so Lee, I will send you the information for the shirt, um, and then you can get a shirt either here in Nashville, and I can pick it up for you since it's right by my office if you want, or they ship if you can do that as well, or you can look and see if there's a location by where you live. It's called Big Frog T-shirts, and I'll send you that information tomorrow, Lee, when I get a chance. And if you use the person that made our last t-shirts, then you just gotta tell them what color you want and what size you want. But if you want to choose one that's over by close to where you live, I can send you the shirt, the t-shirt design and everything, so that way you can get your own. Yeah, they were. I was really pleased with their with what they did for the t-shirts as well. I think the t-shirts turned out great. All right, so now that we've got the lay finished, pretty easy. Just put some of that lead belcher on it. And next video, we'll do the highlights on the silver with some silver on it. So that way it's got a nice little shine to it. So now that we did that, we'll go ahead and do the handle of the glaive. And we're going to do that in Rhinoxide. Yeah, once we get done base coating everything, I'm going to go ahead and get all the terrain and all my stuff ready for tomorrow. And then call it a night. I've got to give a presentation at work in the morning, so can't stay up too late tonight, unfortunately. All right, so now we're going to do the handle of the glaive. I'll grab another fine detail paintbrush. We're going to do Rhinoxide from Citadel Paints for the handle. Give my Rhinoxide a good shake. All right. Wet my paintbrush. Next Saturday, we get together typically on the Friday night. Saturday, if anyone is free next Saturday, I think people will probably be playing either one, whichever we want to do, buddy. Yeah, so next Friday, the 6th, uh, I think probably most people will be just playing regular games. Or if you want to get a Battle Company game in and try it out, you're welcome to do that as well. Yeah, I'm sure people will be doing regular stuff too if you want to get a regular game in. What kind of game you want to get practice for? You want to try and get practice for the October event, or what are you thinking? I'm just painting the handle of the glaive right here. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, whatever you want to bring, buddy. Just I'm happy to. Always happy to play whatever. If I'm playing Lord of the Rings, I'm happy. So I'm I'd be happy to play whatever you're interested in, buddy. See how many games I get in tomorrow night with my armies. All right, so I got the handle of the glaive painted now. You can see there the Rhinox hide. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint his belt now. Um, I'll paint his belt with the Gorthor brown, which is a lighter brown. And then we'll do his face and hair and probably call it a night after that since it's getting pretty late. And with both of our streams put together, be about a 2-hour stream. Yeah, buddy, just hit me up or shoot a message in Messenger or on the Facebook group and uh, figure out what we want to play next weekend. I'm down for whatever. Be interested to get practice game in with my escalation army that I'm thinking about bringing. All right, got that. Now we're going to do the Gorthor Brown for his belt. Now that Gorthor Brown you can see there, it's a that's a layer from Citadel. I think probably go back well, I've got time here tonight, and I've got some lead belcher here. I go back and touch up, hit the top of his gloves up, where there's some metal pieces right there, and hit that. All right. Another ultra detail brush. This belt's really tiny, so you want to get something that's paintbrush that's really small here. I'm mixing up my Gorthor Brown with a little bit of water and about a 1-to-1 ratio. Yeah, so his belt, which is right there, we're just going to touch this with Gorthor Brown. Nice. Way to go, buddy. It always feels good when you get something completed. Like I'm gonna be happy that this guy's tabletop ready for tomorrow, since he's my leader. Because you want your leader to look good. You're fighting with them. And it looks like I missed a little bit of the bottom of his breastplate, so I'm gonna hit that back up with some gold. So did you just hit up the banner tonight, Lee, or did you also paint up Halbrad? Yeah, I'm sure when you're trying to paint something that small. I don't have a microscopic brush. I probably should get one, but um, but yeah, when you're focusing that much on something so tiny, I can imagine it's be tough. I'd be seeing double too, buddy. I'm just giving this like 3 coats of brown because I really want the brown to stand out, um, and not let it be really washed out from the white zenithal highlight paint. So I'm just going over his belt a few times so that way the brown will really stand out. Yeah, that's true. If you're doing like um oh shoot, the Gondor banner where it's just all freehand, that can be pretty tough. I know my buddy Jason Alexander from the North Carolina group. He was freehanding um, his Gondor banner recently, um, with Boromir, the one that Boromir holds, and that can be tough. Did you already paint up that one? Do you have that model yet, Lee, with Boromir holding the banner? That's a pretty sweet model. I just got a metal version of it recently and haven't painted it up yet, but looking forward to. All right, so his belt is looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and finish finish that. Yeah, I really wanted the metal one, so I waited for it and and finally found one. So I was happy about that. Found one on eBay. I think the guy was selling it for like 25 bucks, which I felt was a good deal for it. I'm just going to wash my brush off. Then I'm going to go back over the gold parts that I missed with the Retributor armor. And then I'm going to go back with the iron, or not iron breaker, but lead belcher, and hit up the raised parts of his glove that are silver. And then I'm going to dry, also at the same time, I'm going to dry brush silver the center of his, in between his legs where that chainmail's at. Then I'm going to finish up with his face here and call it a night. I did get a dice, buddy. Thank you for sharing that with me today. I really appreciate it. I probably wouldn't have seen it otherwise. But I got a dice box with the Lord of the Rings map on it, and then I got my name, and then the Nashville MESBG Fellowship is going to be on the front of it. So I'm looking forward to getting that. I think that's going to be really sweet. I'm going to go back over, hit the spots of gold that I missed. It's always easier when you paint a model. Once you get enough paint on it, you can see spots that you've missed and messed up on. So go back and fix it. Well, you said you got the Rohan one. Is that the one that you got, Lee? All right, so I hit up the gold. Now I'm going to go back over with the silver, do a dry brush of this down the center, and I'm going to hit up the tops of his gloves. Oh, nice. That's cool. I can't wait to see that. I'm going to have two dice boxes now, so I guess we'll see which one I like more, and maybe I'll swap them out. All right, so I'm going to go back over some silver. I'm going to hit up the tops of his gloves with the lead belcher, and then I'm going to um, do a dry brush down the center with the lead belcher too. So yeah, so I hit up this glove. See if you can see it in the camera. You can see there how the raised part of the glove now is silver. I'm doing that same thing on the other one now. Okay. So I got the silver on his gloves now. I think they looks good. Um, let's see. I want to go ahead and hit the silver edges on his suit, on his armor as well. I'm just going through some of the detail work on the silver of his armor now. Just gonna give it some distinction. It's not all gold. Hey, if he did stay gold, I could call him Goldar. Power Rangers. Yeah, I love. I used to watch Power Rangers back in the day when it was, the original stuff, and I loved it. I still think Power Rangers is cool. I just knew I was really hoping the live action movie would be good, and it just wasn't that great. They put too much influence on the kids and not enough on the fighting. I wanted to give them a story. I got a little bit of silver on his cape, so I have to go back and clean that up. I could use that microscopic brush right about now, Lee, doing the fine details on this guy. Getting there though. Yeah, I probably would be seeing two lines if I was using the microscopic brush right about now. Right now I'm just painting the silver lines that go down his legs and up his breastplate. I think he looks decent. Not bad. I'm happy with how he looks at the moment. All right, so I'm gonna do a dry brush now down the center of his legs. I don't know if you can see this on the camera here. Yeah, you can. You can see how I did the silver lines up his legs here. Um, you can see that in the camera, and I did the same thing up his breastplate, right up in here. You can see that silver there. There's some fine details, give it some difference besides it all being gold. So use get some a lot of paint on my brush, and then I'll wipe a lot of it off until it just gets a little bit. Actually wipe most of the paint off the brush there. I didn't get any paint on the model. It's starting to get there. A few more dry brushes down the center, and you'll really be able to start seeing the silver down the middle of his legs. Probably shouldn't be doing this in lead belcher, but I really want to get that silver look. I can go back and do this, but get like storm host silver as a dry brush highlight. Once we get done with this, we'll do his face and his hair, and then just do some touch ups all tonight. Now you've got the banner done. Lee, you working on anything else the rest of the night? You getting ready to hit the hay too pretty soon. All right, got that. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do his face now. So for his face, we're gonna start with a Cadian flesh tone from Citadel. It's gonna be a little bit darker, but then we'll do some highlights on it this weekend to brighten it up. And then I'll have to figure out how I want to do the base, what colors I want to do for it. Think about that one. See what colors I want to do for the stairs and for the rock that's around him. All right, so I got that one done. Go ahead and grab a fine detail brush for his face. We're going to do the Cadian flesh tone. Wherever I put it, here it is. So as you can see, you probably can't see this here on the camera, but I did a dry brush right down his center. Now you can see it. It's faint, but there is a silver lining down the middle of his legs now. So give it a little bit of difference between the gold. Nice. Found the silver lining. Yeah, just painting his face here now. So there you go. You can see I've got his face painted on now. Kind of hard to see in the camera here, but I did that with Cadian flesh tone, so it's got that kind of flesh tone look to it now, and we'll go back and do some highlights on it this weekend. And to finish, we're going to do his hair in a base coat of Xandri dust, which is like a kind of dirty blonde kind of look, and then we'll go back and do some highlights on that this weekend as well. What do you plan on doing tomorrow, Lee, once you get off of work? You got any plans tomorrow night? Any plans with the family? All right. So here we'll finish with his hair. And I'll shake up the Xandri dust, make sure it's well shook. Yep, I hear you there, buddy. I hear you there. With that honeydew list. I think I used my last drop of water. There's a little one right here. I don't know if that's gonna be enough. Grab a little dot of water. Yeah, we'll base coat and Xandri dust. Do some highlights this weekend on the hair to give it that blonde look that we're going for. All right, here we go. The Xandri dust is going to give the hair it is going to give it a blonde look to it. I don't know if you're familiar with using Xandri dust, but I typically use it as highlight stuff. So if I want something to go a little bit brighter or just like sawdust kind of look, then I'll on some wood, then I'll throw that on. But in this application, we're doing blonde hair. All right. So this is just with one coat so far. We'll go back and another coat on his hair. Now you can see he looks like a elf. Got his blonde hair, red cloak, gold armor. He's looking good for base coating, I'd say at least. Yeah, I really like this Andrew dust. This is actually a color that I didn't have in my my paint palette until this week, and John Billy was telling me to do a dry brush of it on the wood that we used for the Osgiliath ruins, and so I did that on there on top of the wood plank, and that gave it a little highlight look, which was nice. All right, guys, and there you have it. This is our finished base coated leader for my warband. You can see there. And this is a webcam. We are going to be looking at getting some better camera footage for our videos. But this is what he looks like, guys. So I think he turned out really well. I'm just going to hit up one spot real quick that got some silver on his red cape. But besides that, this guy is ready to throw on the table for tomorrow night to get a game in. So I hope everyone, thank you for joining again tonight. Lee, it was great talking with you, and great having you again, buddy. And David as well, who jumped on for a few minutes, and then maybe for when we switched to my computer died. But thanks to David as well for stopping by and hanging out with us. I'm just gonna throw a light coat of red on top of where I hit. All right, guys, and there you have it. That is my leader. This is Celeborn for my battle company. So this will conclude our video for tonight. And good to see you, David. I didn't know if we accidentally dropped you or not. I saw that there was two people on the stream, but I didn't hear you say anything, so I didn't know if you were still on with us or not, buddy. But I got my leader finished up, and I think he turned out pretty good. Again, he's can't really see him as well with this camera. I'm gonna look at getting another camera to do these, but um, you'll see him in person better tomorrow, and hopefully he'll do well now that he's a painted model. There's the common myth that painted models do better on the table, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Maybe he'll will do better for me, but yeah, thanks guys for joining tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and grab all of the terrain that I'm gonna bring tomorrow for our game night and get my books and everything ready so I can walk out the door with them in the morning when I leave for work. And I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow night for our game night. We'll be doing Second week of ballot companies, we'll have our map there, where we'll record where everyone moves to, and then we'll update the map again in 2 weeks when everyone gets their 2 games in. So, thank everyone for joining tonight. Thank you, David and Lee, for joining on the stream, and we'll be back again with another stream either on Saturday or Sunday. I'll look and see what day looks best. Probably Sunday, I would imagine. But thank you all, guys. Have a good night. Get some rest. And David, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, buddy. And take care, and we will see you soon. Have fun with your games, Middle Earth. Bye.